Hey guys, what's up? It's your guy Igor here, and
it's your girl Neethu here.
I'm announcing that common sense conservatives will put forward a...
Guys, today we are faced by a political crisis, an economic crisis in Canada actually happening as we speak, guys. I don't know if you followed the news, but leader of NDP party, Jagmeet Singh, under the request of Pierre Poilievre, well, he left the coalition with Justin Trudeau. And now Justin Trudeau is going to be in a minority government. So now, because Justin Trudeau is basically, well, he's effed like that, he cannot do anything. We're also getting stoned by the news of Bloc Québécois, well, basically joining in. And there some people are saying they took, I don't know guys, you check on the news, but that's what the news are saying, that they got sold out to Justin Trudeau so that he can do what he does. And also in other news, guys, is, well, first of all, NDP left the coalition. Jagmeet Singh is getting pushed by Justin Trudeau right now on this upcoming Monday to vote for non-confidence to the Justin Trudeau's government, which means is, well, revolution, you know, like Ukrainian Orange Revolution we had, or same thing in Canada, basically, where people get together until the government get lost. So they might vote to take down Justin Trudeau and make those soon to come elections. But however, it doesn't really work out with Jagmeet Singh right now because his popularity levels are not at the point where he would want them to see. So he might not get the result that he wants to get. And I would say most likely it's not in his best interest to have those elections right now. But at the same time, he's literally getting blackmailed by Pierre Poilievre, who is saying that you have to do what is right for Canadians. So guys, I might be able to even play this playback for you right now.
He did his video 2 days before voting started in those by-elections, trying to trick people into thinking he was no longer part of the coalition. The by-elections will be held on Monday, after which he can just change his mind and go back to voting to keep Trudeau in power. So I have an announcement and a challenge. I'm announcing that common sense conservatives will put forward a non-confidence motion at the earliest possible opportunity. And I'm asking Jagmeet Singh and the NDP to commit unequivocally before Monday's by-elections. Will they vote non-confidence to bring down the costly coalition and trigger a carbon tax election? Or will Jagmeet Singh sell out Canadians again? Which will it be? It's put up or shut up time for the NDP.
Long story short is that what is going to happen in Canada, guys. I'm going to quickly tell you my short forecast, and then we're going to bug Neethu for something very special. My short forecast, guys, is with the political crisis that we have and somewhat delusional, budgeting by our Liberal government, we might have a bigger issue upcoming spring of 2025 where things would escalate. But now, guys, let's talk about what is happening right now. And the first thing is, I gotta tell you guys, and I'll leave all the details about everything in the description of this video, guys. First thing is, what hurts us the most is the interest rate right now here in Canada, is people not being able to afford. And luckily, their properties, their homes, and other hardships. Now, here's our interest rate expert, Neethu. She's a mortgage broker. Okay, Neethu. So what do you think about the latest interest rate cut? Was it enough? Was it not enough? Does it help?
Well, continuing on the political topic, even though I'm not into much politics, I guess is the majority of your people on this channel. I think that everybody has this idea that, oh, if we change the party, if we vote somebody else, all the problems in Canada is going to go away. I think that's a very naive thinking. Mostly this has been the situation of most of the countries in the world because of the pandemic. So most countries, if you look at Australia, If you look in London, I mean UK, and some of the major European countries are going through the similar situation. If not, the best example I can give you is United States of America, especially because of their voting situation happening. But getting back to the interest topic, yes, the bank rates are going to go down, definitely. This is what everybody is thinking about. That's going to happen, and it is going to happen. In fact, there are various forecasts that's done by major bank analysts from TD and CIBC saying that it's going to decrease about by 2% and jumbo cuts are going to happen in December. We really don't know whether these forecasts are really to rely on or not. But
Is it CIBC one?
CIBC and TD both are saying that you will see about 2% cuts until next year.
They probably have more insights than us, you know,
Might
regular
be.
people. They have connections here. They have all the money, you know. So I would say they probably have some, you know, influence over Bank of Canada,
Not only
directly or
that,
indirectly.
not only that, it is in the best interest of Bank of Canada to cut these rates down, considering the unemployment rate that's just peaking. Not to talk about it's, you know, mostly when people think about unemployment, they think about Alberta.
Yeah.
Oh, Alberta because of the oil prices. Oh, because of it's just oil and gas. You know, you do not have any other jobs. That's a stereotype,
Yeah.
and we definitely have a lot of other industries here in Alberta, but this unemployment rate is 6%, and that's
I think it's closer to actually like 7% actually.
was
And
yes, but it is actually an average level of unemployment for the entire Canada, and it's not just Alberta that we are talking about. So it is in the best interest of Bank of Canada to lower down these rates significantly and faster, because of the unemployment rates, because of companies going bankrupt.
yeah, well, guys, actually, you have to know this, that unemployment rate amongst temporary foreign workers that are in Canada on like work permit is actually 12%. Just so you know, it's like double. You know, it's even worse than for the rest of Canadians.
Right, and then we talk about how faster we have to build housing. Now, considering the temporary workers, construction workers in these kind of fields, if they are not getting employed, I don't really understand how we can achieve these goals of building, I don't know, how many houses, 200,000 houses, to get that goal to make housing affordable for everybody. I don't know, I'm not really sure how that's going to happen when you don't hire.
Yeah. You go on Neethu. I'm just going to show the surroundings, and you can speak. People can hear you. Just going to show a little bit of the scenery where we are. See, there is just I was almost giggling on the camera. The kid just fell down in the water there, and see there is a person coming on the boat with the kayak over there, and now we are at Glenmore Reservoir right now. And Neethu, you can go on. You can keep saying. I'm just going to show.
Well, you just broke my thought process, but I don't know.
But okay, guys, look at this. It's regardless of the political situations. This is freaking Canada. Look at these guys. These two guys are literally enjoying their life. Let's not get politics or economics or interest rates divide us.
Well, talking about construction workers, right? So that I was on that point. You know, you will not find construction workers everywhere. Most people, because it's hard labor, hard job, definitely this is something that Canada has to bring people from outside.
Blue collar jobs, guys. Everybody wants to sit in an office and write emails, you know, not do any actual labor,
and
sweat.
It's one of the reason, if you research about it, like Alberta is calling, they have actually focused on these construction workers, you know, all these hard labor kind of jobs. They're actually giving away $5,000 if you stay within the province.
So if you move here, yeah?
Yes.
Guys, I'll leave a link in the description, guys. Free money.
But free money only if you stay in the province for about a year and then file the taxes for next year, and with your, you know, tax rebate, it's going to be refunded to you.
Guys, Neethu knows every rebate. That's why she has that of your, you know, on Instagram and TikTok. She has those videos, and she actually made so many rebate videos. People are calling her for rebates now. That's the crazy.
I'm not a rebate expert, but I just post out these news and topics just so that it is helpful for people. If you really want to check about it, do call the government directly, not me.
Exactly.
I'm only into mortgages. If you want to call, give me a call.
Yeah, well, guys, the biggest challenge right now in terms of the in terms of the interest rates that are happening is, well, look at this, guys. You know, Neethu is more expert on this, but I'll tell you, basically what has happened is I purchased a home for someone last year. I work as a realtor in Calgary, Alberta, and I purchased a home for someone, and now basically Neethu also knows that person. It's a mutual friend of ours and a client anyways. Long story short, that person had to, this person had to rent out the basement, rent out the bedrooms and other things because the payments went up so much on the variable rate that this person couldn't keep up with those. And now the problem is guys, look at this way. So now if this person was to sell the property, yes, the prices went up and this person would make a lot of money from the property. But at the same time, you know, the real problem here is that this person won't be able to buy another house like this because, well, the prices went up, and not only that, the interest rates are still up. So basically, with this current interest rates, you still need to, that's what I'm going to ask Neethu. If you want to sell a property and buy another one, do you still have to qualify for a stress test?
Yes, every application will have stress test, and that is regardless whether you do refinancing, there's regardless whether you sell a home and buy another one. You know, it has to go through that. It's like the regulations, like the rule. You cannot bypass that unless you have, of course, cash.
Okay, guys, basically cash rocks. But long story, I want to tell you what it means to me. What I hear from Neethu is this, is that you are basically dependent on your lender, on the bank that you are with. So it's like, literally, you're almost like a slave, right? So for you right now to go and buy another property, let's say you cannot. But if your term of the mortgage expires, right, you could still just refinance with the same bank, right? They don't need a stress test for that, right?
Yes, correct. You can refinance, you can renew with the same lender. That's called renewal. But if you want to look out for other options, let's say you pay any other high interest debts that you have. Let's say you have a credit card which you're paying 22%, 23%, or let's say you have a car that you need to pay off where you're paying about 10 to 12%. You can combine all that into your mortgage. That's called consolidation of debts, and that's called refinancing. So that's when you go to another bank and ask them, can you do it better, where your own bank would be,
To save money.
Yes.
Basically, if you can get a better interest rate. So basically, guys, what I'm hearing from Neethu
better
is
payments in terms of everything, in terms of all your bills.
But guys, I would also say that if you don't know if you have an option to refinance or not, still call Neethu. She would help you figure that out. Because for me, she's speaking foreign languages right now. You know, even though I'm a real estate agent and I heard all of those things, but still, it's a little bit like sometimes it sounds complicated to the ear. But what I'm saying is that, long story short, is that it looks like whatever the lender thinks your rate should be, you have to go with that rate now. So we'll talk about it later. Next problem is a lot of people put their deposits for buying a property in Ontario and BC. Luckily in Alberta, houses still went up in price. So you're blessed if you purchased a pre-construction in Alberta over the last few years. So actually, guys, you have to know that things are changing in Alberta right now. So the prices are slightly less than they were last month for certain types of properties, like detached and semi-detached properties. We can talk about it in a separate video, like market report or something like that. But you know, there is a slowdown, but it's still a seller's market. There is more inventory, there is more options. But here's what happened in Ontario and BC. People, oh, now we're going up the hill. So people, guys, we're literally from the biggest hill to climb to shoot this video. Okay, so biggest thing is, a lot of people gave a $200,000 deposit, let's say, in Ontario and BC, guys. By the way, Neethu is licensed in Ontario as well. Just so you know, call her for any kind of mortgage problems that you have. Here it is. So they purchased the property, let's say $1.5 million. Right now, you're about to get the keys, and it is appraised at $1.2 million, let's say, right? So now, with your deposit and everything, the bank is saying, well, if you want to buy $1.5 million property using us for a mortgage, and the current value of the property is $1.2 million, and you'll be talking to someone like Neethu about it, because once you come to Neethu to get a mortgage, that's basically when you get an appraisal done. And she would be communicating with the appraisals. And she'll be bringing that news to you saying, hey, but if you want to get this property, you can still get it, let's say, but you need to bring in $200,000 more cash, let's say, to qualify now for this mortgage, because now you want to buy an overpriced property over the market value that you agreed to buy. So what's your option? Well, one of the options is to go ahead and buy it, and right away, as soon as you get keys, you already lost that $200,000, $300,000. Or your other option is not to buy it. Now for that option,
And walk away from your deposit.
yeah, for that option, guys,
Bitches.
talk to your lawyer first. Don't say Igor told you to walk away from your deposit. You go to your lawyer and ask what to do, because you could also get sued if they don't get the money. So you might be actually losing more than your deposit. There are some legal technicalities. If you're planning to do that, hire a lawyer, do it with your lawyer, right, Neethu? So another problem is, some of them, let's say you were in Alberta, you purchased a home and everything, but you still need to qualify under the new interest rates, right? If they didn't have a pre-approval to buy, or like an approval when they were buying and they waived all the conditions for the property, right? So if they didn't have a mortgage, and now with the new current interest rates, someone lost a job with high unemployment rate, or your incomes don't allow you to qualify for that mortgage, you might also lose your deposit. Am I right, or is there any option?
Well, there are options, and that's why you come to a mortgage broker, not go to your bank. So the bank employees will take that, oh, there is no other option, we cannot give you a loan, and you have to basically forego your deposit. But you can
Stay here, it's too difficult to climb the hill.
You can talk to a mortgage broker, where the mortgage broker is going to give you options in terms of not only banks, but B lending, where you just have to pay 20% and 1% lending fee. That's called B lenders, and they will give you an option of how to get funding. Or if not B lending, and if the income is very low, then we'll have to go to private lenders.
Guys, I want to quickly explain what B lending is, because if you go to the bank, they will tell you it's bad lenders. Okay, the banks are saying those are bad lenders. Oh, don't go to them. Mortgage brokers are evil. B lenders is another word for it, is alternative lending. So basically what it is guys, because we had to get the same kind of mortgage with the B side, alternative, interest rates could be very similar to A side as well, on the B side. So that's why you need to work with a mortgage broker to understand how it works. But there are options that you might not be aware. And I'll tell you guys, banks are exempt from licensing in real estate. So for example, builders are not licensed in real estate, but they can still sell their own homes. Just like realtors, even though they hire realtors a lot of times to put that on MLS. But anyways, so, builders don't have to have a vast knowledge and education in real estate, like realtors would say. And so for the banks, the employees, they don't have to know much about mortgages, because they don't have to be mortgage brokers, licensed mortgage brokers, to give away mortgages. They are exempt as a lenders. So you could literally be talking to a person who just shifted from customer service in Tim Hortons to a customer service as a bank teller, and was recently promoted to a mortgage specialist or something within like an advisory. Part of the things besides opening credit cards and lines of credit within that bank, now they just became a mortgage broker. So they wouldn't know much unless they've been there for many, many years, and they might know something, but it's a rare exception. A lot of times, guys, they are not trained to do what we are trained to do. Anyways, next thing, guys, about the real estate. I want to say that I think a lot of problems are coming with this interest rates, is that monthly payments went up. Just imagine this, guys. I just went to Costco and I spent $600 there. It's like, my goodness, why the hell is it so expensive? I used to go to Costco and spend way less money than that. Like, I used to be calling it $200 store, and now it became like a $600. Maybe it's because of the kids, or maybe it's because I'm eating too much of meat. I don't know, but it became super expensive. And just think about this. Now, with all of this, your monthly mortgage payments went up by $1,600. So a lot of people are coming to the refinance right now, and they're at this, on one side, now they have to go to Neethu and maybe requalify and search for options, or maybe refinance with the same lender and pay $1,600 more a month. And now they're at the dilemma to cut down their budget by $1,600 in a month, or, for example, or sell the property. If they're in Ontario and BC, they might be even in a worse situation, because the property might have lost their value and they lost all their money, all their life savings there. But if you're in Alberta, you could still get out. But at the same time, do you really want to get out? What if you get out and the real estate prices keep on going up?
In fact, there are
what to do?
Well, in fact, there are options available, especially for people in Ontario and British Columbia. Well, it's an option that's available for entire Canada, but because the real estate prices are going up so high, people are only focusing on just paying the interest. So they are only making interest-only payments just so that they can live in that house, just so that they do not miss a payment. And this is the reason why private lenders are just flourishing so much.
So,
especially in these two provinces, Ontario and British Columbia, and they are just looting the people because of this interest rates.
So are you saying you can actually skip principal payments and just pay interest?
Yes.
And then, but if there is another question, guys, now I'm going to be asking some things I didn't know. So how about your amortization? does it decrease or it just goes one day longer if you skip one day, let's say? Like, if you
Well,
have a 25-year amortization period with a private lender, right, and you've been skipping your payments for entire year on your principal amount, do you have to make more monthly payments now to catch up?
for the next renewal, yes.
Yeah.
But at least now, for a year or so with a private lender, you just have to make the interest payment
Oh,
only.
basically you're going to be screwed later on, not
Later
right
on,
now.
yes.
Guys, I found the Stonehenge. Guys, check this out. I found the Stonehenge. Tell me what you guys think. Somebody built. Anyways, so yeah, guys, apparently there are way more options than I thought. I was just going to say, entitle this video that we are totally effed with the economical crisis, but you know, we are still the same, but I guess there are still some options in order, I mean, in order for you to have that situation right now or slightly later. But hopefully, I think that also guys kind of got a good option Neethu, because in later time, maybe one of the persons in the family is unemployed right now, maybe somebody gets a job, maybe you'll make more money, maybe you'll be promoted. So in that way, it might help in some cases, but I didn't know we have that option until we had Neethu on this channel, guys. She's like encyclopedia for mortgages for me. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. It's Igor with eXp Realty and Neethu with DLC Clear Trust Mortgages.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.